Hey everyone, it's Mojaxx back in the DJcity UK lab. Today we are talking about the big topic that everyone is into at the moment, and that is live video streaming of your DJ sets. That could be from the bedroom, from your studio, or from the club. You know, this is just going on all the time. If you have a load of DJs in your Facebook friends list, I guarantee if you scroll through your feed right now, one of them will be doing a live stream. It is just a constant barrage of this stuff, and the thing that we always want to do as DJs is kind of rise above the noise and do something a little bit different, a little bit better maybe than other people are doing it. Now, there are various ways you can do a live video stream. You can just get your smartphone and start streaming and have ambient noise coming in just from your speakers. Not great quality, you know, ideal though for quick and dirty videos that you just want to throw up, you know, real quick when the mood takes you, that's fine. You can also get a line input into your smartphone and do it that way. That's a perfectly reasonable way of doing it. We did a video about that on the channel ages ago now. We'll link to it down below with Periscope, which shows you how long, you know, these things move on really fast in the streaming sphere. But yeah, it's possible, it's better, certainly, because, you know, as a DJ, the sound is always really important. You have to represent the music that you play in a good way. And so, yeah, you want decent quality sound. But what we're talking about here is moving beyond that to another step again, and that is broadcasting from your computer and actually, you know, having multiple cameras, again, direct audio, nice clean audio into your stream. And you can have overlays and graphics and all kinds of stuff going on to really make it look like a professional operation. And I see lots of streams like this in my feed these days, and it's not really very hard to do. This is the thing. It looks kind of complicated, it looks expensive, but actually it's not too bad. Now, I've spent a couple of months trying to work all this stuff out, right? I really wanted to come up with a one-size-fits-all solution from top to bottom. Can't do it. It's impossible. There are too many variables involved in terms of your hardware, and you know, you're gonna need a good fat internet connection for a start. But yeah, there's so many different things to kind of take into account. But what I have come up with is 3 real solid rules or ideas that you can kind of stick to and will get you going in this proper desktop streaming area. So let's start with the first one. I'm a firm believer that you should have a second computer for streaming. All right, now, if you have a really powerful machine, it may well be that you can get away with streaming from your laptop and running Serato DJ or Tractor or whatever it is from that same machine. It's possible, it's not ideal. I would certainly say, you know, my most powerful laptop that I have is a 2011 MacBook Pro, which is plenty powerful enough for streaming on its own. It's plenty powerful enough for Serato DJ, record box, whatever. But as soon as I start putting extra things in, you know, trying to do both at once, it's just hammering it too much. And obviously you don't want technical issues when you stream. So if at all possible, get a second computer involved, you know, desktop, laptop. The software that we're going to talk about is for Windows, Mac, or Linux. So you've got lots of options there. And yeah, you want something fairly powerful, but yeah, ideally a second machine would be perfect. Now, the next thing is, and this is one thing I can definitely recommend wholeheartedly, the cameras that we're going to use. Now, I know a lot of you out there will have GoPros or DSLRs or whatever. You think, yeah, I'd like to use those. I've got great cameras. Well, the bad news is that with any computer, you are going to need some kind of HDMI capture device to get that signal from those cameras into the streaming software. You know, if you've got an HDMI port on your laptop, that's always just an output. It won't capture through that. So you're going to have to find a way to do it. Now, there are devices like the Blackmagic mini recorder, which do a great job. That's Thunderbolt and everything as well. You know, you can run it through a Thunderbolt and save a USB port, but we're talking about 140 bucks just to get that capture device. And then you're going to have your camera on top. There are other options from like game manufacturers, you know, for video game capture, that kind of stuff over USB. They're all kind of, they will work, they'll do the job, they'll work with this software, but again, they're going to cost you a pretty penny. Whereas really the simplest and easiest solution is these, the webcams from Logitech, the C920. They are wide angle, they're high quality, 1080p. If you can run 1080p, if you can stream that high, you can run 1080p with these. They are pretty good in low light. You know, nothing is perfect in low light, but they do a pretty good job. And you can easily run 2 of them on Windows or Mac into the software, and they're not going to clash or anything like that. They really are fantastic. Now, they're also very compact. They've got fairly long USB cords on them, and they've got a tripod screw mount in the bottom, so you can put them on tripods like I've got here. And they sell for about $60 each. So honestly, don't mess around with anything else. You know, unless you really are going for full-on broadcast quality, these will do the job perfectly well. 60 bucks each, get two like I have, and you can have two camera angles. You know, much more cost effective than even one capture card for a GoPro. So definitely the Logitech C920 is the way to go. Now, the third thing that I can definitely say we're gonna stick with in this series of videos, and you should generally, is the software, and that is OBS Studio. As I say, it's available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. It is free. It's an open source project, so this software is completely free. You can download it, install it, and use it at no cost, and that is just pretty incredible for the amount of stuff that this software can do. Now, what I'm going to do is basically just show you a basic introduction to it in this video. In the next video, we're going to do the fancy stuff, the overlays and graphics and all this kind of stuff. But for the purpose of this one, I'm just going to show you setting up a basic stream with two cameras and audio through the line input port on this MacBook Pro. So let's get to that now. So basically, you've opened up OBS, you need to create some scenes. So we want two different scenes for our two different cameras. So for the first scene, I'm just going to add in a source, which will be a video capture device. And I'm going to call this one C921. And then I'm going to choose the device. Now, you could use your built-in webcam on your machine, like this FaceTime camera on here. Hello to that one, but I'm actually going to use one of my C920s, which is, let's use that one, which is the wide angle there. And I'm just going to use a preset for now, 720. I'm just running everything in 720p. We don't really need to go 1080. Okay, and then we need to get some audio into this. Now I've got just a line output, just on a mini jack going into the line in on my MacBook Pro. And what you need to do on a Mac, you need to go into System Preferences, you need to go to Sound, and you need to make sure that if you've only got the one port, that it's enabled as a sound input port. So it's running into the line in, and you need to select that line in as your main system sound input. This does cause some problems with multi-channel interfaces. Again, we'll talk about that in the next OBS video. For now, just stick to that line input port and that'll be nice and simple. So that is now selected as my input, and I've got music playing from my other machine using Serato DJ over there. And now, so we can go into OBS, add audio input capture, and I'm just going to call this one line input. And choose the built-in input there. And now we have that coming into the mixer section over here. So that is there. Now we're going to add a second scene. So I'm just going to go to my scenes over there. Scene 2, or yeah, call it scene 1 for now, it's fine. And in this one, I'm going to add my video capture device, and it's going to be C922. And I'm going to choose the other camera, which in that case was this one, and that's my overhead view of my decks. You know, in this case, just a mixer there. Again, leave it on the preset 1280 by 720. And I'm going to add that audio input capture into this scene as well. So I'm going to add existing, line input, done. So now we have that line input going, and when we change between the scenes by clicking on the scene buttons over there, it's going to keep the audio going consistently through there. So that's basically it. We are set up, ready to go. Now we'll go in the preferences, and I will just start with the actual output, and rather with the video, I'm just going to use 1280 by 720 as my canvas and my scaled resolution. Nice and simple. Leave the frame, you know, the FPS and stuff as default. Don't mess around with any of that. Again, also with the audio stuff, generally leave it by default. Just disable all the other audio stuff. What you don't want is your mic input or anything taking over and coming in. So just try and disable everything else and leave all these, like your video bitrate and stuff, just leave them as they are for now. We won't mess around with them too much. So that's all ready to go. Now, one thing you can do with OBS, you can actually record your stream at the same time, and there are preferences for that. So we can just go into the output, and we can change that to MP4.mov, whatever we want, and have the quality the same as the stream. So we could start recording, and that will just save to your computer, which is a great option if you have trouble with your streams, or if you want to back up your live stream in case it gets taken down or something, more of which we'll talk about in a minute. But now we need to get some streaming stuff in there to get going. So I'm just going to go into the streaming services, and I'm going to choose Facebook Live. Now this is the kind of controversial, difficult part about this video, right? I know all of you guys and girls out there, you want to be on Facebook Live. That's where you want to stream. I understand that, right? It's where the eyeballs are. It's where the people are. It's not good in terms of copyright. right? The reason I'm doing this video today for a third time is that the second time I did a test stream before I recorded the video, and I played some copyright music in that, and Facebook blocked me. So I couldn't do the video at that point. So it's a real issue. Hopefully they are going to get their licensing sorted out and it will be better in the future. And in 2 episodes time of this little pack, we are going to look at different streaming options. Right now, my preferred service is Chew.tv. It's a bit like Mixcloud. They have no issues around copyrights, all nice and simple. But I understand, Facebook Live is where you want to be. But just be warned from me, your stream could get stopped mid-stream. That does happen. It will almost certainly get taken down afterwards, and you could end up getting banned from doing live streaming on it. So just bear that in mind. I'm really not recommending Facebook Live to you, but I understand that this is what you people want to do. And I get that. I would as well if it was an option, but I really don't think it's a great option. So at the moment, the best thing to do is to have an artist page on Facebook, an actual page rather than your profile. There are ways to do this with your profile, but it's much simpler to just do it with a page. That's what it's designed for. So you go into your page, you go into publishing tools, and then you go down to videos, and then you've got the live button there. So we're going to click on the live button and it will create a unique streaming key for you each time. Now, the server URL down here, we don't actually need that because that's in OBS already. It's just the default. We're not going to mess around with that. And then we go into the stream key and we're going to copy that and we're going to paste that in there. And that is it. It's as simple as that. We've chosen Facebook Live, default server, stream key that you've just got from Facebook, and that is ready to roll. Now we are going to go back into Facebook and that's ready. We're going to click through on next. Okay, and then we're going to title it and so on. So I'm going to title this one Tips and Tricks. And give it a video title. You've got your description, title, you can give it all your tags and everything else that you want. No audio because no one's going to hear my voice on this live stream. And then we need to actually send it a signal. So I'm going to start streaming from OBS. Okay. And now it's fetching the stream. It's found it. So OBS is sending it to Facebook Live. And I've got the preview there and I can go live. And again, it's ideal to have an extra device to get your phone out or whatever, your tablet or the other computer, and check that your stream is working okay. And we're good to go. So that is now going live and people are there, but they can't actually hear me talking. And then we can just simply switch between the scenes, nice and simply, like so. And that audio is going to stay consistent. There is a studio mode as well. You can do transition between the 2 different scenes just using one button. You can set up hotkeys and stuff, but all of this we will talk about in that future episode where we get deep into OBS Studio. But this gives you that basic idea, high quality, it's there, it's ready, it's rocking, and it's streaming right now live as I'm doing this video. So as you can see, really simple. OBS really is a fantastic bit of software. It is next level and it's completely free. So go and download that. And yeah, the Logitech C920, get one of those or a pair of those, and that's basically your live streaming setup ready to go. There are things we can do to improve this and to tweak it, and different things we can do with audio. As I say, we will talk about that. And in the third episode, we're going to get into the various streaming platforms that you can use, be that YouTube, Ustream, Chew.tv, Facebook Live, all the different options that are out there. We're going to cover those, and so hopefully you can work out which one is best for you. But right now, get yourself a C920, download OBS, and get started, because live streaming is just such a big thing and it's so much fun. Thank you for watching today. Make sure you subscribe for all our future tips, tricks and product reviews. I'll see you soon.